Where to start? What should we do on this Wednesday? I think that I will do something this morning that I'm not sure that I've ever done. And when I say I've never done, I mean like in the 3-decade history of this program, I don't think I've ever done this, but I have to. U.S. soccer fan, how y'all living? Man, it better be amazing. It better be amazing, and it better be pretty much everybody listening right now. And yes, I know. I am well aware. I'm well aware of what you think about me flipping on soccer. I am well aware of what you think about soccer itself. A lot of haters. Soccer haters. World Cup haters. Greg Berhalter haters. And you know what? Frankly, it's a bad day for you haters. The U.S., and you couldn't wait. I know so many of you could not wait to jump this guy and jump me and jump the U.S. team. Except U.S. soccer haters, it is a bad day. One of your worst days because there is not a whole lot you can hate on right now, especially after they got the job done. Now, haters going to hate, and you'll find something, and I'll get to that in a minute. In fact, I'll get to that right now. I know you will still try to hate. But the rest of us are going to do what you always should do, and that's look to the damn scoreboard. Point to the damn scoreboard. 1-0. Thanks for coming. What up, round of 16? What up, knockout stage? What up, one and done? Where anything can happen. What up, legitimate U.S. run at the World Cup? Yeah, I said it. U.S. soccer fan waited 8 long years for this because remember, the U.S. did not even qualify for the last World Cup. So it's no exaggeration when I say that the fans have been waiting 8 years for this goal. Christian Pulisic getting the goal, and he paid a price too. You could even call it the ultimate price because this dude took a knee straight to the groin to score that goal. He basically got blasted in the package to put the U.S. up 1-0. Or as the big head himself would so eloquently put it, he took a kick in the stick for America.
Kick in the stick.
I mean, my dude couldn't even celebrate the biggest goal for the U.S. in over a decade. He essentially missed out on the high of a lifetime. I mean, the high that he had been chasing his entire lifetime, and traded that instead for the agony of a low blow to Christian. He tried to stay in the game, but he ended up watching the second half from the hospital. Good news, though. This dude is all right. The official diagnosis is a kick to the stick. Not just kidding. The official diagnosis is a pelvic contusion. And that pelvic contusion should not keep him out of Saturday's game against the Netherlands. And I know this because he shot out a social media post with a fist pump pic from his hospital bed and the words, quote, "So effing proud of my guys. I'll be ready Saturday. Don't worry." End of quote. So I guess what I'm saying is this. Say what you want about this team. Say what you want about this sport. Say what you want about this manager. But how many athletes have you ever seen sacrifice their stick for country? I think everybody should be asking themselves right now, would you sacrifice your stick for America? He did. As always, ask not what America can do for you. Ask if you would take a blow and a contusion to the pelvis for America. That's how Christian gave the U.S. the big breakthrough goal that team needed. And then the second half. Man, how about that second half? How tense was that second half? How tight was that second half? How sweaty was that second half? I mean, that was cheek-clenching time. There was some serious butthole puckering coast to coast.
Butthole.
Puckering. You know, the way it came down was like this. The first half was an amazing half of U.S. soccer. It was borderline dominant. It was borderline erotic.
Borderline erotic.
In fact, I'm going to say there was nothing borderline about either for the U.S. It was dominant and it was erotic.
Borderline erotic.
For us soccer lovers. The second half, though, was something totally different. The second half was, man, holding on for dear life. The second half was also about brass sets. Not the one that got destroyed and had to leave that game and ended up watching that second half from the hospital. I'm talking about the sets that were still out there on the field. The sets that were able to grind out a monumental win. The U.S. team did what they had to do. They got the bleeping job done. They got to the knockout round. Period. Scoreboard. Look up at it. I don't give a damn how it looks. The Hood himself probably said, we're on to the Netherlands.
We're on to Cincinnati.
But still, haters gonna hate. Keyboard, bags, gonna bag. Was it perfect yesterday? Obviously not. No one's saying it was. Even Berhalter joked that he had less hair at the end of the game than at the start of the game. It is stressful. It was stressful. But it was also good enough to get a massive result in a career-defining pressure cooker situation. Remember, folks, style points do not count at the World Cup. Only results matter. Getting out of the group is what mattered. Getting to the knockout round is what mattered. Getting to the Sweet 16 is what mattered. That's a result that is a far from given for the U.S. This is only the fourth time since World War II that the U.S. team has made it to the last 16. And Greg Berhalter got it done with the youngest starting lineup and the second youngest overall team in the entire tournament. Of course, the youngest squad. Trivia question, who is the youngest squad? Of course, it's Ghana, because it's always Ghana. Still, an extremely young team that just went through the group stage without losing a game. So maybe you just chill out on the calls for the guillotine. Maybe you quit sharpening the axe for a minute and try to enjoy the moment. Maybe you don't focus on the strange second half substitutions or the fact that we still have not seen very much or any at all of an exciting young player like Gio Reyna. Maybe consider the fact that this team has played 3 outstanding opening halves. Does Greg Berhalter get any credit for any of that at all? Maybe you don't try to fire anybody while they're still freaking playing, while they're freaking advancing. What I'm saying is, maybe you give this guy some freaking credit, for real.
For real.
He and they got the job done, and now we are on to the Netherlands.
We're on to Cincinnati.
This Saturday. Not going to be easy. Not going to be easy, but not impossible. Not going to be easy, but doable. The U.S. team is going to be a heavy underdog, but the U.S. team is not going to be afraid. They're not going to be scared. They haven't been yet, and they're not going to start on Saturday. And you all know that I will be up early for that game. Just like Christian said after he got rocked in the chops for America, quote, "So effing proud of my guys. I'll be ready Saturday. Don't worry." End of quote. And yes, it's a real thing. Yes, that really did just happen. Yes, the U.S. men's national team really did get to the knockout round, and I really did just open up this show with a positive take on soccer. And Greg Berhalter really does deserve more credit than he is getting.
Credit.
And he's going to get it from me. I've got this guy's back. We were friends years before he got that gig. And I know what this guy's all about. And to the haters who were calling for this dude's head yesterday during this show before the first half was even over. And yes, I was getting a lot of that. Yo, Rome, how about your boy? Yo, Rome, how is Reyna not playing? Yo, Rome, your boy is not going to make it out of this game. Yes, he did. He did. They did. And by the way, they got a pretty damn good look at it, if you ask me, on Saturday. It's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. But it is not impossible. They're going to have a good look at it. They're still alive, no matter how much some of you want to hate. Because, like I said, haters going to hate. scoreboard, applies to everything, and keyboard, bags, gonna bag. United States 1, Iran nothing. It's on to the Netherlands.
We're on to Cincinnati.
That was fun, man. That was stressful. How about the last 9.5 minutes? How stressful was that? I mean, even I'm watching that. Chalk and I were watching it. I'm like thinking to myself, damn, why am I so uptight? How did I get so emotionally invested in this? How am I caught up in this? But I got to admit, I was. And it wasn't even that bet that I made on the U.S. squad, and I did. Thanks for getting me paid, boys. It really was the junk shot heard around the world. Man, my man Chris Paul must have been out of his mind. Draymond must have been all about that. I want your thoughts. Not only are we talking about it, I opened the show with it. And get ready to pick up a name because I'm about to drop one. I texted Greg Berhalter early this morning. He hit me right back. He's fired up, but he made it clear. Job not done. Job not done. He made that very clear. It's a brief exchange. But he said, we're not done. The job is not finished. So I was really encouraged by that. You know, and for all the haters, man, they were lying in wait. Those last few minutes were so stressful. Imagine if that had gone the other way. What if they don't finish? What if they don't finish? The heat, the backlash, the criticism. Yeah, what if? It didn't happen. They did finish. And again, I don't give a damn how it looks. They advance. Thought it was awesome. I'm not going to lie. Very happy for my dude, Greg Berhalter. And I'm not even going to try and be, I'll be objective. If he made some really bad decisions and they played really poorly and they lost, I would say it. I'm not looking to cover anybody. But I'm also not going to sit here and say I'm not happy for the guy because I know there's a lot of people that aren't hoping for the best for him. They're still in it. It's a good accomplishment.